Welcome back, everybody. So I got my new sprinkler going, and I noticed after watching my video on the review I did of this Trazen water sprinkler, you can't really see the water. Like, that's so strange. I bet if I had a higher resolution camera, maybe it would pick up, but you can kind of see it flickering in the sun now because it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I can't remember exactly. I went out and DoorDash for a bit and came home, so I decided, well, I planted my Kyoto red carrots yesterday and didn't water yet. We were out riding side-by-sides up in Michigan, and so I never got around to watering the carrots in, and I thought, well, now would be a good time to water. It's not too hot out. It's beautiful out. I'm just going to let this run. I'm going to move it out to the back garden. I'll let this run for about an hour, and then I'll move it out. Give it a nice good watering. The plants will appreciate it. And then I have to look at my sprayer, though, you know, for my liquid fertilizer and my liquid fungicides and all that stuff, because it seems to be clogged up. When I sprayed with it, none of my plants had the blue on it, like when I used the hand pump on the cucumbers here. See how this still has the blue on it? Ryan did something to it before to unclog it, and so I've asked him to talk me through it or just babysit me, because I want to learn how to do it. I don't want to come asking him every time I need it cleaned out because it gets clogged, right? So I got to fix that later and spray my plants. I did take the hand pump out and sprayed plants, though. Not the butternut squash yet. That's still looking okay for now, and it's producing quite well. So I came out here and sprayed the rest of the acorn squash. You can see there's blue on there. That's what I'm looking for. And like I said, for my garden hose attachment, that one, it's just not leaving it, so I'm pretty sure it's clogged. I do have a Chicago pickling cucumber I found, and it was already starting to get yellow, so I am going to let that one go and, you know, save seeds from it. Plant them again next year. I also have some Boston pickling cucumbers that I want to plant out next year, and of course I have more of my Japanese ones, so it's probably going to be, I think I'm going to try to fit 4 cucumbers on each side next year. My biggest producers of tomatoes this year is most definitely the white Tomasol tomatoes. They just keep producing. Now my Romas are doing really good too, but the majority of the tomatoes I get are white Tomasols. So I got to come out here and pick again before I spray the fungicide. But yeah, look, I'm excited. I'm starting to get red Anaheim peppers. They're ripening. I can't wait to make my first chili powder. That's exciting. I've never used my parents' dehydrator before, and so I'm definitely going to have to YouTube that and see how to work it. Thank God for YouTube. That's how I learn the best, and how I love it so much that I actually enjoy teaching people things that I do, and, you know, getting feedback on it and sharing our experiences, because that's how we learn best. Look at these beautiful zinnias. These are a cut and come again variety, and I just planted like 3 seeds here. I don't know if you remember that video or not, but I did. It was back in late July, and obviously it's early September, and they're this huge. Looks like I got, I thought that was a volunteer, but it's just laying down. That's all right. So as the garden fizzles out, I'm getting more seeds in the ground. Hopefully my summer squash, I'll get some summer squash production off of it. So I'm really trying to keep it watered. I did spray those too with the hand sprayer because I wanted them. And yeah, the tomatoes, they look fine. They're looking a little sick, but not too bad. I'm just going to keep letting them go. I'll prune off the sickness if I need to, prune them up, keep them going. If they die, they die. But I'm going to utilize every single thing off of my plants this year. Obviously, I just picked a Chicago pickling cucumber. I have more cucumbers in the refrigerator. I am going to pickle with more. I have several jars of cucumbers made, and I gave a couple jars away. But, I don't want to have to go buy cucumbers, especially when mine are better. So I just wanted to update everybody on the sprinkler and what's happening in the garden. And I'm continuing to weed, obviously, and that sprinkler feels really good on my legs. So it's not over with yet. We all have time, especially root crops. If you're concerned about it getting too cold for anything, root crops are your best friend to grow. So I'm going to be doing another round of radishes, but that'll come later. I want to start out more beets and rutabagas next. I have lettuces and kales that I can plant, and actually I'm going to try to grow them in the greenhouse and maybe have some plants out in the actual garden. Probably after all the squash come out, then I can plant my kales and lettuces out there and my root crops up in this garden. That's what I'm hoping for. So yes, those are my updates, and I'm loving that sprinkler. Now I have time to go do other things like laundry, which I need to do. So I hope you enjoyed this and learned something a little bit. And I wanted to finish off by informing you something very important. That I love you, and so does Jesus. God bless.